I still remember it like it happened yesterday. Whenever I walked, it was some gym, and I actually don't even remember the name of the gym that I was at, but all of their functional fitness equipment and barbells and like the iron, it was downstairs. So on the top floor, like when you would walk in, it'd have the machines, it'd have the cardio.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I got on the elliptical. I was, I guess what you would say, like a cardio bunny. It didn't lift because I was afraid that the weights would like actually make me bigger. Like I thought, yeah, that's what I thought. And so I was really, I was unsure about it. And one day I think I was just pissed off, and I walked down there and I walked down and it was like a darker room. Like the weights were just, it was grungy.
Right.
It was grungy, and
it has a different feel.
Yeah, and like the sound was different. Like there wasn't a TV posted up. It wasn't like, hip hop music. There was no music downstairs. Everybody had their hats on, pulled down low, their headphones in. And I'll never forget when and of course, like I walked downstairs and I was so scared and intimidated. And I was like, oh my God.
It's so funny to think about that, because now you're like.
But I think that's the thing is like, and I think that's like a misconception, is that like we all learned at some point,
right?
Yeah. I didn't come out of the womb knowing how to bench press. I had to be taught that. I had to learn. And a lot of times it's just like saying, like, F it, like I'm just going to go in there and just do it. And that's literally how you learn and you become fearless. And so I still remember that moment. I'm pretty sure my eyeballs were like deer in headlights, just looking around at all the equipment and like, oh my gosh, like, and what's crazy is like for the first time, I truly felt like that is where I belong. Like I loved the grit. Like it was hot down there. It was sweaty. It was mainly men. I was probably the only female down there.
Yeah.
And I was like so intimidated. And I just remember like setting up a barbell and there weren't any rubber plates. It was just all iron. And I just remember being like, dang, like I love this place.
Right.
And yeah, so I mean, it was like really addicting. And through that, like my fitness journey just kind of grew. But I think it's important that, like, if you're listening to this podcast, is that, like, definitely a takeaway is understanding, and maybe you're thinking about lifting weights for the first time or you're wanting to change your life or, like, start over, is that it's okay to not know what you're doing.
Exactly.
Because myself and both Brittany, there was a time where we didn't know what we were doing. And we learned. And then there's, like, this, like, where you're standing at the edge of this cliff and, like, sometimes you just got to jump.
Right.
And you have to take the chance.
Without planning, you just
go.
Dive.
You just go for it. And I think a lot of that is definitely a parallel to like even fitness, from fitness to
life.
Running businesses.
Yeah.
And I don't think that like when we talk about strength training and physiques, it's so much more than that. It's not just about having a toned, I hate that
God,
word.
don't use the word tone.
I just use tone. Do not. I hate the word tone. It's not about just having a sculpted, strong physique. We don't use the word tone. There's no such thing as tone.
No, we cannot tone.
We cannot tone.
You cannot spot reduce.
No. But it's so much more than that. It reaches a much deeper spot, I think, and it bleeds out into not just in the gym, but the discipline that you have in the gym, the discipline that Brittany showed every day, waking up and meeting her trainer. And then guess what? She didn't have a trainer anymore. She started a training program, which was Charlie Mike, and then moved on to Pipe Hitter and Achieving Prominence. She didn't have necessarily that accountability of somebody meeting her there. She had a great, strong community.
Yes.
Yes.
Very much so.
But it comes to the point where sometimes you just have to take the leap.